Hey there guys, Trevor Stolber here, introducing to you the first post for SEOjargon.com. This is my new resource for all things SEO, but focusing on the jargon, very jargon heavy nature of SEO. And our first post in our series here is on anchor text. And the format we're going with here is we're trying to be really descriptive and say what the jargon is, what it's commonly referred to, the category that it falls under, correct use of whatever it is, if that's applicable, what our take on it is, and give you some extra reading, some tips on some do's and don'ts, and what it was introduced. And we're also going to, where applicable, tell you what Google says and include some expert commentary on it as well. When we find experts to comment on it. And if you're interested, ping me, let me know, and we'll include your commentary. So anchor text. Anchor text is one of the mainstays of the web. Anchor text is the clickable link text that you click on when you see a link on the web. It's referred to as an anchor because of the A element. The A element is called an anchor, and that's basically a point. So it anchors you to a point on the page, commonly a URL, a web page. And that is the href here is the href stands for hypertext reference, which is commonly the URL domain name that you're going to go to when you click on that link. And the anchor text is the text that lives within that anchor. So the A element encapsulates the anchor text, the hypertext reference, and the anchor. And that follows the element and attribute nature of HTML. And this is part of that element. So our take, anchor text is one of the most important aspects of a link. It's literally the description of the link. And links are very, very important, and so is relevance. So the text that you use to describe a page should obviously be relevant and descriptive of that page. And search engines use the anchor text to understand what a page is about. Now, be aware of the penguin algorithm, because Google introduced this particularly to deal with anchor text spam. So, if 90% of your backlinks have the exact same match keyword string as the anchor text, highly unlikely that would happen naturally. So Google has an algorithm called Penguin to deal with that specifically. Google's very good at ignoring links that are nonsensical and not worthwhile. So pay attention to that. Some extra reading here on Google bombing, which was an interesting facet in the 2000 early mid 2000 era, maybe end of 2000s, where people would basically lots of websites would link to one particular website with a keyword string that was completely unrelated to the page. And subsequently, these pages would come up, and there have been White House biographies and other prominent people come up for a less than forgiving search term. It can be kind of interesting. It just gives you an insight into how the anchor text is used in the algorithm. And on that, read up on the Penguin algorithm too. The Penguin algorithm has been developed a lot, and it does a very good job at determining links that are not relevant and shouldn't really be made there. Here's some information on the anchor element from Mozilla development page. And we also have a quick Pinterest video here showing how you can find good opportunities for internal links and how you can use them on your site. So do use descriptive and relevant text, and do vary the text and keep it diverse but relevant. So the way I usually approach that is, rather than just encapsulate the exact text string on a page, use some of the surrounding text as well, and just try not to use the exact match each time. So don't use the exact same anchor text in multiple links. Be aware of the Penguin algorithm. A good tip is to be like Wikipedia. People usually significantly overlook the potential of internal linking. Anchor text is on your internal pages as well as your external backlinks. And internal pages is something that you have full control over. A tip is, if you Google site and your domain, and then in quote marks put your target keyword, you will get an ordered list of all of the pages that Google has that it thinks are relevant to that keyword, and those are good internal linking opportunities. You can also use Google Search Console to find pages if you filter down to the queries section and then look at the individual pages that come up for that keyword. Really, you should only have one, otherwise you're probably getting into some keyword cannibalization issues and perhaps don't have appropriately set canonicals, but that's a good place to find good internal linking opportunities also. When was this introduced? So I like to do a bit of history on these. This is one of the originals, one of the fundamentals back. It was a bedrock of the internet. And Yahoo jumped on it with their directory before search engines figured out how to do it better. So first there were web pages, then there were directories, and then there were search engines. Going to build out this page a little more. This was our first one in our series. Let me know what you think about it, any that you're particularly interested to, and anything you would add or change about this. Thanks very much, and we'll be bringing more to you soon.